It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Tuesday evening, December 8th. I'm James Spann. The weather stays mild for the rest of this week. We could see low 70s as the weekend begins and a chance of strong storms before the weekend is over. Let's check it out today. There's the water vapor satellite view. Nice dry air mass in place here across the deep south. We note that wave over the southern plains that could squeeze out a shower in a few spots tomorrow, but obviously the moisture is quite limited, so nothing widespread. And a deep moisture feed up in the Pacific Northwest, where they're getting slammed with heavy rain. Numbers again today looking pretty good. We've got readings mostly in the low 60s. Keep in mind, many spots started the day down around freezing this morning. We had some upper 20s in the colder pockets. We'll expect the highs back in the low 60s tomorrow. A little above average. The average high is 58 for this time of the year. Around the nation, relatively mild. Mild Pacific air covers the lower 48. There's no cross-polar flow, no Arctic air involved. Watch warning map, very quiet for the eastern half of the country today. In the western states, we have some flood issues and high wind advisories. Convective outlook, day 5. This is Saturday, a risk of severe weather for parts of Texas and Oklahoma. That would include Dallas-Fort Worth, Houston, Corpus Christi, up into southeastern Oklahoma. No risk defined beyond this because of the uncertainty involved in the situation Sunday, and we'll take a close look at that. This is the rain for the next 7 days, valid through Tuesday morning of next week. And the bigger numbers over northwest Alabama, about 2 inches there. The amounts lighter as you work your way down to the south and east. Let's work through the dailies. Here we go. The GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid tomorrow at noon. You can see the shortwave coming through here, but there's just not much moisture, but it just might squeeze out a shower somewhere. This is the high-res NAM at 2 o'clock tomorrow, showing the chance of a few showers. And we'll mention isolated showers, but nothing beyond that. Many spots will not get wet. Some cloudy periods tomorrow, and the high should be in the lower 60s in most locations. Thursday, that wave is on by. We'll call it partly to mostly sunny. And we start to warm up. The high Thursday around 67. Both the NAM and the GFS are at that level. Friday, how about 73? That's the latest number off the GFS. Partly sunny. Moisture starts to increase. The chance of a shower is so small, we're not going to mention it for now. Although the chance, I guess, is not zero. And pretty much the same thing on Saturday. Very mild, low to mid-70s, about 5 degrees away from record highs. Some cloudy periods. And again, the chance of rain, not zero, but we think most of the day will be dry. All right, here we go. Sunday. Long wave trough across the nation's heartland, supporting a surface front at midday Sunday that should be near Memphis, Tennessee. The core surface low is well north of us over the upper peninsula of Michigan, 987 millibars. Big snows likely for parts of Minnesota, up around Duluth that this verifies. And obviously we'll be watching that trailing band of showers and storms. This is the tornado season. We always have to watch anything like this, but the good news, the surface low being so far north, we hope that will eliminate too many problems. Now, look at some of the parameters. And again, this is the GFS we're looking at here. The wind fields are quite robust. This is the low-level jet, 5,000 feet off the ground. Winds in excess of 65 knots over north-central Alabama. And, of course, if any of that is translated down to the surface, that could knock down some trees and power lines. This is the storm relative helicity right on the front. The numbers are quite high, which means there might be a little spin-up tornado or two involved in this thing. Again, I think it's going to be a squall line. But still we'll have to watch out for areas of local rotation within that line. But the energy helicity index is basically nil north of Interstate 20, and really the values are under 1 unit south of Interstate 20. And that's because of the lack of surface-based instability and the poor lapse rates we have. So that's one of the limiting factors. I think it's very early in the game. This is Tuesday. This event is Sunday. And, of course, we should point out here that the European is much, much slower. This is midnight Sunday night, and it's got the line of storms just creeping into West Alabama. This is suggesting the main round of storms would come during the pre-dawn hours Monday. So the GFS faster, the European much slower. There's so many model differences here. We just can't be specific. Just be aware. We'll have a pretty good chance of strong storms either Sunday night, or maybe even early Monday morning. And we can focus on the timing as the event gets closer. Monday, we are in a dry air mass. Weather should be cooler, highs dropping back in the 50s. Look at all the snow in the western states. Here's a week from today. This is Tuesday, December 15th, troughing in the western states. And for us, we're dry, pleasant. Start the day in the upper 30s. The high would be in the upper 50s if this is right. And this is Wednesday of next week, the 16th. The trough in the Central Plains gets closer. A surface low is over Arkansas. And again, we go moist with a chance of rain and storms. I don't think we have any instability at this point. So severe weather not likely, but a pretty good chance of rain back in here by the middle of next week on Wednesday. This is the end of the forecast period, the end of next week, Friday, December 18th. Trough axis moving on to the east. We are in cool, dry air, if that happens to verify. Check temperatures for the next 15 days. You can see the warm-up this week. And again, the ensembles have upper 60s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We could easily see low 70s on those days. And then next week, highs go back in the 50s. Christmas weather. This is off the CFS. This is for the period December 20th through December 25th, and that looks relatively mild for much of the nation. A lot of folks will be seeing a green Christmas this year. This is the Arctic Oscillation, and you can see out there toward the end of the forecast, right before Christmas, it goes positive, and the North Atlantic Oscillation goes positive, and that's not favorable for a big shot of cold air getting in here. So odds of snow or cold at Christmas are looking relatively low for us at this point. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.